One thing you guys have in common is that you're trying to reach a community. I would say that your client tends to be a little bit more corporate, if you will, or more brand specific. How do brands get to find out about your services and your offerings?
So, I mean, one big one is social media. I use social media almost every day on a daily basis.
When you say you use social media, what are you doing on social media?
Research purposes. And when I say research, researching my audience and then researching my target market and researching people that I can offer my services to in terms of content. I mean, we're living in an era where social media now is taking over almost everyone's life. So everyone is constantly looking for a new way to market themselves or a new way to kind of brand themselves, and that's where I kind of like put myself out there as sort of like a content producer and a content creator for these people. And I mean, this is a recent discovery actually. I mostly the way I used to market myself was mostly a hand-to-mouth thing. So it's like a face-to-face type of connection and interaction, where I would meet someone and sort of like understand where they're coming from as an artist and even as a business and as a client, and then kind of like then direct their content in a more creative manner. Yeah.
And then just on the back of that, one of the other mantras is get social. And I know that we all get caught up in social media, and I think social media can only get you so far. I think it's been a huge learning curve for me in my business that, PR, and I mean, when I say PR, I mean legitimate PR is invaluable. You want to get your events in the paper, you want to get your events on radio, you want to get your clothes featured in editorials, you want to get your reels also like just you want to get interviewed, you want to be featured on Biz Communities, Screen Africa, and so on and so forth. So I think as much as we'll all get caught up in social, it's also quite important to extend beyond that. And I'd like to know, have you ever considered the type of platforms you exist on? So I think you're all on Instagram. Are you all on LinkedIn?
Well,
looking at me oddly. Because it's a thing to understand, because each platform serves a different reason and it reaches a different person. To isolate your market or your intentions to Instagram only attracts a certain demographic. If you want to reach more corporates, as a learning, corporates tend to I suppose, communicate more on Twitter as opposed to Instagram. Instagram has become the home of the creative community. So you have to actually understand your audience to be like, is Instagram really the platform for my business? Or is it LinkedIn? Or is it Facebook? Or is it et cetera, et cetera? And I really enjoy the fact that part of the thinking of J&B Hive is getting people to understand what they mean when they say get social.